A major funding push is needed to see the iconic Lyttelton Timeball station rebuilt, with Heritage New Zealand asking the Community Board to help with the shortfall. It was a Lyttelton landmark, standing for more than a century until the jolt in June 2011 which brought it to its knees. But now, with over $2.5 million raised, the Timeball station is close to rising again. Heritage New Zealand is preparing the last major funding campaign to bring the country's only Timeball back to its original home.
And we wish them well, and we will support them as far as we can. I mean, with what money we do have available and with letters of support and things like that, and I know that the Lyttelton people, who are always generous, will stump up with some cash, I'm sure.
Built in 1876, the station provided ships at the harbour with a timekeeping service, but it suffered severe damage at both the 2010 and 2011 earthquakes. With the historic building collapsing in on itself, only some could be saved. However, for the last 2 years, efforts have been underway to bring the Timeball station back, nearly close to $3.5 million to rebuild. The local community board could expect a call for help to support the rebuild.
We have a certain allocation. It's like 30 or 40,000 each year for strengthening communities funding for community groups in our part of Christchurch City, and we also have a little bit of additional discretionary funding. I'm sure we'd be happy to give some of that, but it would only be of an order of a couple of thousand probably that the community board could contribute.
Funding is 2/3 of the way through. Now $800,000 is what's needed to bring the Timeball back.
It was greatly missed after it came down after the earthquake, and it still is. It's visible from all around the harbour, from all the communities around the harbour, and it was a real landmark. Of course people supported it, but to what extent they can contribute financially, that remains to be seen.
Heritage New Zealand wouldn't comment on what the campaign would entail, but says locals will know by early next week. Jared McCulloch, CTV News.